Hey, this is me post recording doing some like editing. It's not editing. This is literally the only editing I'm doing. I kind of messed up. It's been a minute since I've recorded, but in this video, there's a lot of latency between the words that I'm saying and them actually looking like they're coming out of my mouth. So, like, I don't know if you want to watch it, but like turn your head and do something else, maybe draw or whatever. I don't know. What do people do? Play video games. I don't know. But you don't gotta watch. Nothing's too much is happening on screen. I'm just like showing off my quote unquote new body through weight loss and then just talking. But yeah. Enjoy yourself, guys. Peace. Hey guys, another episode of Mars Talks. I'm your host, the same dude who's been doing this for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. Something like that. It's been more than 4 or 5 years. It's been like 5 or 6, I think, honestly. Um, not 6 years. Maybe five. Maybe five. Like between 4 and 5, I think. Or maybe even less. Honestly, I don't remember too well. But, um, it's been a while. I'm alive. I'm here. And a lot has changed. Um, I got that job. I don't know if I even talked about getting a job, but I have a job. Uh, it's pretty nice. I enjoy it. Season's almost over for the job, so I might be out of a job or I might be still with the job. Who knows? Depends on availability of things and blah blah blah. You know, and I could always come back because they'll call me back before they actually hire anybody. Blah blah blah. They really like me there. Stock market. I'm doing very well. I think I've finally gotten over what was holding me back a bit, and at this point, it's a new stage of just growing and learning, rather than getting over my own psychology, if that makes sense. I know how to drive. I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. It's about 180 pounds. I don't know if you can tell from my last video, but like, I'm, I'm, things are coming along. The vasectomy is coming soon. All these other things that, you know, are going to be changing, are happening. Like they're happening now. You know what I mean? I'm driving. I got money. Um, some things are still the same. Like my social life is very much still the same, and that's a part of what inspired me to make this video. I think I want to enter. I don't want to say a new. Well, it's definitely a new era of the channel. I feel naked without this on. Hold on. I don't know if it was because like I'm looking at myself moving around on camera, and I just got like a shirt off. It's kind of weird, but I think one thing I think that would be very useful to someone like me, people who could have some sort of reference is just this weird landscape we're living in, especially for a lot of people. It's like an everyday, I don't want to say struggle, but like safari, if that makes sense. I'm constantly just like flowing through stuff. It's like, oh, well, there's a tree frog right there. Oh, well, there's a lion or I don't know, tiger, whatever. The point is that there's things that I want to talk about and there's things I want to discuss. I was hoping with other people. That might still happen. It might become like a podcasty variety podcast sort of thing where we're just navigating life. But right now, it's kind of a solo project. I want to talk about navigating love and growing as a person and things and using lived experiences. Um, like I don't want to sound like I have a big head because it's very easy to sound like that, especially when you're saying the things that I'm about to say. But I think the situation that I've been put in a large portion of my life has accelerated my emotional growth and emotional intelligence, especially as like a young black dude. I'm 22, right? Uh, Especially on like the with my political leanings, like I'm left. I'm not liberal. I'm leftist. You know what I mean? Um, I'm still a Christian. You know, blah 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 blah. But like, when you look at me, I know I'm not looking the best right now. My hair's not twisted. That was kind of a jump scare, but it's not too bad, y'all. It's just in a sock right now, or whatever this thing is called. Um, it's a weird spot to navigate. You don't even got to be all those things. You like me being Christian very rarely plays into who I am or who I act as a person, because being a good person is, I'm gonna say, almost has nothing to do with your religion. Like, generally speaking, uh I'm not gonna speak for every religion, but like, the ones I can think of off the top of my head that I'm at least vaguely knowledgeable on. um Being a good person rarely has to actually do with practicing that religion or being who you are. You know what I mean? Like, you can be there's a lot of different people. There's people who are Christian who are absolutely terrible people, very very bad people. You know what I mean? And they're Christian only in name. So, like, I'm 5'8", 5'9", I'm 180. I'm not, you know, like, bodybuilder, but at the same time I'm not like, yeah, it's weird to say, but like I feel like I'm further along in my development emotionally and kind of financially, um and somewhat physically than a lot of people. And I feel like if I could be a role model and, you know, someone to have these conversations with that aren't like super debatey, but more like captain's log, journal entry, da 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 da. This is what happened. This is what happened. This is how I feel about it. This is how I'm processing it. This is my thoughts on it. This is how I'm going to be moving forward. You know, I think that'd be very helpful to a lot of people. I think I can do a lot of good. And, you know, one of the hot topics is like loneliness epidemic and depression and mental health and black mental health and men's mental health and all these other things. And it's there's a wave for it, but nobody's really riding that wave, if you get what I'm saying. I don't really see many people riding that wave, or if they are, it feels very out of, how would I put it, out of body to ride it. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's 11:19. I'm just saying all this to say it's 11:19 at night. Uh, to say all this to say, I think I want to do something with this. It's not gonna be like some, this is your guide to pussy, foolproof guide, pickup artist sort of stuff. It's more like a, because that's not what it is. Whoa, no. I think this works for guys. I think it's gonna work for a lot of guys. I don't think it would work too well for girls or femmes, I guess I'll say, because I'm not that, and I can only speak from my point of view and from my experiences. I'm mask, cis het, black guy, 5'9", 5'8", 5'9". I look the way I do, you know. And one thing I think I'm kind of growing into is realizing with the right effort, I'm actually way more attractive than I usually perceive myself to be. Um, I remember back in like middle school, I was like 13 and I 14, and I really thought to myself, I'm fugly. Like I'm actually fugly. I wasn't. That wasn't the case. I was just the only black dude in a group in a class full of white people. Um, and I was weird and quirky. uh, and if you're black, you get it. If you're black in like a suburban space, you get what I'm saying. Um, so with that being said, I think my experiences would be very helpful, very useful. And I'm not gonna give some, just be confident sort of stuff. I mean, that's obviously a part of it. I have experience. I have had girlfriends. I've gone on dates. I've done the whoop de woo, stuff like that. But like, I have the ability to express myself, and I have the creativity and proficiency to do so in a way that I think is accessible to a lot of people who might need this, who might want something like this, either to gain perspective or other things like that. So I don't know who is even gonna be watching my YouTube channel. I only got like 78 subscribers right now. Last time I checked, but I want to do something. Might start like a Reddit, like have a captain's log there. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say this is like some sort of Chris Chan love quest sort of thing to find a boyfriend free girl. Boyfriend free girlfriend. I think it was boyfriend free girl or boyfriend free girl friend. I don't know if I said girlfriend twice. But I think this would be useful. I think it would be helpful. I don't have any prejudices towards any particular race when it comes to dating. I just want somebody I want somebody who fits me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what color or nationality or ethnicity or race or whatever. So long as we're this, I'm not gonna be like, well, you're not white, you're not black, you're not Hispanic, Latino, Arab, Asian, Pacific Islander, Aboriginal, Native American. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Of course, preferences exist, right? But I don't think I have any particular preference so strong that I'm gonna be like, you're white. Like, that's not how it works for me. Being white and acting white are kind of two different things. And neither are, I mean, one is definitely can be bad, but like it depends on the context of the situation and how it's spoken about. But you get what I'm saying, I would hope. If you guys are interested, stay tuned. If anything, I feel like I'm doing this for me more than anybody else. I don't got an audience. But if this reaches one person, I think I would have done something. And I think it would mean the world to me to know it reached somebody and it actually made a difference. Because one thing that I've been like thinking about, I know I'm rambling, but like one thing that I've been thinking about that I've kind of always been on is honoring your pain. And the way I've honored my pain throughout the years is to be what nobody was for me. You know what I mean? Be for others what nobody was for me. And I say that to people who I help all the time. People who've abandoned me, people who are still here. That I would be that. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. I've gone through a lot of abandonment, even very recent. People who I was Atlas and Spider-Man and whatever else for. They're still gone, man. I don't think they're coming back. And I don't know how I would feel if they came back. You know what I mean? But we persist. I'm still alive. I'm still here. I'll talk about a lot of things. Maybe like one week will be one thing. Another thing is scheduling. This is something I want to do when I want to do it, not when I have so much time in the world. I'm gonna do it this many times. It's just like I got time. I feel like doing this. I'm gonna upload this then. I feel like that makes it a lot more meaningful and allows for more interesting videos and progression, because I feel like when you do that, your video, like I'm gonna do a video every week, you expect progress every week, or you expect an update every week, and sometimes there's nothing to update in a week. Sometimes there's so much to update in just a span of 2 days or a couple hours. You know what I mean? So, I want to do something with that. I plan to be transparent too. You know, like if you guys have questions for me, and I feel like they're genuinely valid questions that are like actually worth answering, or you want to have discussions with me, I can do that. I probably won't post my social medias on this one. There are in other videos if you want to find them. This is just me talking at like literally it's 11:26 now. So it's been yours truly. I hope you have a wonderful day or night or morning or afternoon. And peace be with you, man, or sis, or what's like a non-binary, but like not sis, not man, bro. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. Let me know if one of those comes out, because I know there's like mix if you're whatever. Anyway, see you.